People we don't know. Robert Beal Jr., Darrell Luter Jr., both juniors. Look at that. And on top of that, both 5th-round picks this year. And so I think that's important. Is, the Niners have just been incredible in the 5th round. So I wanted to just refresh because we have not seen these guys play. I went to every single training camp, every single one that was open. I was there. These guys didn't play. And so I want to start with Robert Beal Jr. because he made it through rookie minicamp. He made it through the unpadded practices, but as soon as the pads came on, the issues happened, and he was just done. They shut him kind of down for all of training camp, started on IR, all that stuff. I don't know if they're going to activate him, all that kind of stuff, but I want to get to know this dude more. This is Robert Beal Jr. So I pulled up his spider chart based off of mockdraftable.com, whatever he did. At the combine. I'm going to go through his combine numbers and scouting report. This is what we wrote on him pre-draft. He's a fun player. The fastest of the fast. I mean, this dude, 98th percentile 40-yard dash, true 4.4 speed, 6'4", 247. He's not big. He's not heavy. He's small. He's undersized, but explosive. He's got really long arms, though. Trent Baalke would be pleased. Broad jump, all those things. His vertical is weird how low it is. But he's just a damn good player. He really, really is. And so if you look at his stats, he didn't start for Georgia. He was a rotational guy. Only had 3 sacks last year, 19 hurries. But this was my write-up of him, okay? Again, this is all pre-draft. So obviously he hasn't played since then, so nothing really changed. Good speed and arm length, and it shows on tape consistently. No clue for the low production as his traits and film are amazing. But again, he was rotating with guys like Nolan Smith, first-round pick, like a lot of talented guys there at Georgia. Crazy high motor, lots of power. Best football is ahead of him. Bull rush is great, which I was not expecting when I turned on the film. Hard to find weaknesses in his game. Wish he tried to evade blockers sometimes. This is a problem with Georgia's defense. They do not try to just blitz off the edge. They don't do that. They blitz through blockers because they want their linebackers who are so athletic to just roam free. So it's not like he was just released and just go get them. That was not the thing that they brought about with Robert Beal. That's not what Georgia does. And so that's one of the adjustments he's going to have to make is, man, he would just hit every single offensive tackle and a pass set head up, and I couldn't stand it. It drove me crazy. Now, in high school, lettered in track at Norcross. What's up, Norcross, my Georgia peeps? Won regional titles, personal best in shot put and discus. He threw 50 feet, 9 inches in shot put. He's got some power. My athletic comp for him was Jermaine Johnson. My play style comp for him, again, that's Robert Beal Jr. The talent's there. The traits are there. Can he put it together? That's the question. I think he's going to have a week or two to probably practice. He got a 21-day window open before the 49ers make their decision. I don't think he'll be activated this week. Next week, possibly. If there's an injury, yes. And shout out to my man, Josh. 49ers faithful forever. Huge help. Part of the team here, does great stuff. He says, Bill will be a pass rush specialist soon. This is Josh's guy. Whenever we were doing all of the countdowns, Josh helping with all of that, this was his dude. So as soon as I saw Robert Beal Jr.'s back practicing, first guy I thought of, my man Josh. And so, yeah, excited about that, man. Excited to see what he can bring. I want him activated. I want him over Drake Jackson. I want this player to play. Now, I don't know the timing, not necessarily this week, next week maybe, the following week, sure. Don't shut him down. Don't do it, Kyle. Now, let's talk about probably, I think most attention is going towards the coverage whenever criticism happens for the 49ers defense. I think most of it should go towards pass rush. That's why I went with Robert Beal Jr. first. But let's talk the other side because we're getting another player back. Cornerback Darrell Luter Jr. South Alabama, baby. 6 foot 189. He's built just like the Niners like him. Almost all of the 49ers DBs are 6 foot 200, close to there. he looks the part. Pop is like my nickname for him because he's a grown man. That dude's grown. He's already got a kid. He's got a family. He is just mature. The way he plays is very patient, very knowledgeable. He knows what's coming. He doesn't panic often, which is very weird for a guy coming out of the draft. Patience as a corner is very, very hard to develop. He's got that to start. To start, Darrell Luter has that. Now you look at his athletic profile, the spider chart, huge freaking hands, long freaking arms, and, vertical jump, can jump out of the building. Now you look at his 3-cone drill. He's not the shifty guy. He's an outside corner only. I do not think that they will play him inside. 20-yard shuttle, he ain't changing directions for jack squat. That's not what he's doing. Now, I know that the 49ers' issue is at nickel corner. But if Luter can earn some snaps, I think the probably ceiling for Luter, barring an injury, is to win that number 3 job. I think Samuel Womack's got it, but if he can be in competition for that, that means Ambry Thomas isn't playing anymore on the outside. That's wonderful. And I know he's not playing now, but right before this week, he was the number 3. One injury happens in the secondary. You got Ambry Thomas out there freaking starting for you. Now you don't have that. Now you got Womack. Hopefully Darrell Luter Jr. can fight his way into that. And he's just awesome. I mean, he fits exact. He has an 83.1 tackling grade from PFF his last year in college. The dude can tackle, period. He is just, he's awesome. He has a 97.8 grade in single coverage, highest in the country. More combined interceptions and pass breakups than catches allowed. He had 14 interceptions, pass breakups, only allowed 12 catches. Now, playing at South Alabama, you're not getting the best of the best talent-wise, but go watch him play UCLA. Chip Kelly didn't throw his way one damn time. Just terrified of that kid, and literally he took away half the field. And that was kind of what he saw. Teams literally said, don't throw it that way. He's fun, man. Great frame, NFL corner. These are all my pre-draft notes, by the way. Change of direction's decent. The testing would not show that. The film showed it was decent. Ball skills, very good. Natural balance, ultra quick feet to mirror wide receiver. I thought that were his best. Mirror match, press bell. Those were his best techniques. Coordinated athlete, ability to high point the ball, isn't overly physical and may struggle against bigger wide receivers in the NFL. 6 foot, but the arm length helps a lot. And he's just so patient. The way in which he wins, not ultra aggressive, just always where he should be. Never panicked, never out of phase. Does slip off tackles. Recovery speed is not elite. This is why he went in the 5th round. Level of competition concerned, but he played well against UCLA. Played well at the Senior Bowl. Man coverage specialist. High school. I love high school stuff. Started 2 seasons on the basketball team and track. 200-meter ran at 23.68. Not great, but good. Long jump, 20 feet, 10 inches. That's good. Triple jump, 43.3. That's good. Not great. You're not winning state championships, but he's an athlete. Athletic comp, Derek Stingley Jr. Play style comp, Kendall Fuller. I said he would go. I had a 5th round grade on him, and I said cornerback number 23 in the draft, and I think he went cornerback 24. So we kind of nailed it on him as far as what the NFL thought of him. Now, he got a bone bruise in rookie minicamp. He's looked healthy. He really, really has. Because, he was the first one. Because whenever he got put on the PUP. When you're on the PUP in training camp, you're not allowed to practice with the team, but you can work out. And so he's out there in shirt and shorts, and he looks great. Darrell Luter Jr. looked great. Working his tail end off, change of direction, planting, sprints, jumps, all kinds of technique stuff. But then whenever practice starts, he has to just basically watch, and, he's just standing around the corner drills. But, man, he looked good. And this was back in, July. So I think he's been ready. This is another red shirt move. We saw the Niners do this last year with Kalia Davis. They didn't activate his practice window until late. So what does this tell us? I think it tells us a couple things. They want competition. And if Darrell Luter Jr. can't come and compete now, same with Robert Beal Jr., you got 21 days. You got 3 weeks to prove you belong. If you can't do that, they're just going to shut you down for the year. It's a little bit of a gamble. But bye week, coming off 3 losses, come on, guys. It's now or never. It's now or never. And so you got to go out there and you got to make this freaking crap happen. That's just the way that I see it. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm having a hard time projecting what exactly is going to happen. But the things I can say about Robert Beal Jr. and Darrell Luter, their ceiling with how young they are, their elite traits, they could be there. But can they be the consistent factor to earn playing time? Yeah, special teams is important. They have to demonstrate they can consistently not cost this team with mistakes, which is why Shanahan doesn't play rookies. Otherwise, their year's never going to be over before it started. So we're not going to get to see this, sadly. And so that's what stinks, is we don't get to see.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.